Okay, so the video cut out in the middle of me recording, so I apologize ahead of time. It looks like I've already done a few steps. I'm going to go back and go ahead and explain what I did and why I did it. So our problem for the second example is 429 divided by 3. I started just by drawing my long 7, which I will extend as I need to, depending on how many steps I have. And the first step that I always start with is what is the largest multiple of 10 or 100 that I can pull out of my dividend, which in this case is 429. So I thought about my 3, and I know that 3 times 100 is 300. So I started with 3 times 100, which gave me the product of 300, and I took that 300 away from the 429. And when I did that, I got left with 129. So there's still 129 that I need to divide by that 3. So if I divide that 3 into 129, I got to think about, well, I can't do another multiple of 100 because 3 times 100 is 300, but I could do a multiple of 10. So I'm going to go ahead and think of my multiples of 10 times 3. So 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 20 is 60. 3 times 30 is 90. 3 times 40 is 120. So 3 times 40 is my best choice of getting close to 129. So I'm going to go ahead and write my 40 outside of my house, and then I'm going to write the total of 120 inside and subtract. When I subtract, I'm left over with 9. Well, I don't have a remainder yet because my difference is still greater than my divisor, which is 3. So now I got to think about, well, I can't do a 10. I can't do 100 because I only have 9. And if I did 10 times 3, that would be 30, and that's far too great for me to divide by. So I'm going to go ahead and think about my regular multiples of 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. And 3 times 3 is 9. I need to bring my down. So I'm going to use 3 times 3, which is 9, as my last step of this division problem. You'll see that I'm given a difference of 0, which again means that I have no remainder. Okay, and now my last step is to take the numbers that were outside of my house that I used for the partial quotients and add those together to get my full quotient. So I have 140 and 3, which gives me a quotient of 143. Now I can't forget that in division we write our quotient up on top, not just on the side for partial quotients. So 429 divided by 3 is 143. I will be including a part 3 of this division strategy where I show what happens when we don't end up with a 0, which means we don't have a remainder. What happens when that subtracts down to a 1 or 2? How did I record that up as my quotient? I hope this was helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and let me know if there's anything else I can do further to help you. Thanks.